Alright, everybody, welcome back. It's time for a Portobello Mushroom Steak recipe. I know that's what you're here for. That's what you clicked on the video, right? So, anyways, my wife and I, we love to eat plants. We eat a lot of plants. I don't know if I've alluded to that yet, but plants are where all the nutrients are, thus, we eat a lot of plants. But mushrooms are not actually plants. Um, they're fungus, but many are edible, and some are considered delicacies around the world. I'm quite partial to button mushrooms, the white mushrooms you'd find in the store, and then of course, their caps when they turn brown. Those are portobello mushrooms. They're actually the same species. So white button mushrooms to portobello mushrooms, quite a versatile mushroom and a very tasty one at that. But let's talk about some of the health properties of mushrooms. First off, mushrooms are a pretty good source of protein. They even contain some fat, and they have an array of vitamins and minerals. Particularly, they're high in vitamin D. Now, vitamin D gets synthesized in our skin when we are exposed to sunlight. It's called the sunshine vitamin. But mushrooms are not only a good source of vitamin D, but research has shown that if you expose them to just 5 minutes of direct sunlight before you cook them, you can increase their vitamin D content by fourfold. That's 400%. So, just like us, when they're exposed to sunlight, when they're exposed to UV rays, they make more vitamin D. So, before you cook your mushrooms, all you got to do is get in the habit of putting them on a tray or a plate. Go put them out in the sun. You let them sunbathe for 5 minutes. Boom, more vitamin D. Another thing mushrooms have, they contain beta-glucans. So beta-glucans are a type of polysaccharide. They've been proven to help blood triglyceride levels, blood fat levels. They basically can help lower saturated fat in the blood, which may reduce your risk for heart disease. Good sources of beta-glucans, they include mushrooms, edible yeast, and whole grains like cereals, oatmeals. Mushrooms have also been shown to help boost the immune system. So not only do mushrooms and fungus, they help fight bacteria, they help your body fight many infectious diseases because the overall immune system is responsible for fighting, all invaders, both foreign and domestic. Cancer cells are of your own body's making, so your immune system is even responsible for fighting cancer in the body. And indeed, research has shown that people who eat more mushrooms, just as much as half a mushroom a day, can have significantly lower levels of cancer. Pretty good, right? All that said about the benefits, there's so many ways to cook them, and I'm most passionate about this recipe, the Portobello Mushroom Steaks. It's literally the one thing I could say that is a worthy replacement for steak. Growing up, steak, particularly tenderloin, it's the tastiest cut. It was worshipped at holidays, Christmas and Easter, but now I don't eat meat, and this has become not only a cheaper but a healthier alternative. I've actually bitten into a well-prepared portobello steak mushroom and had glimpses, flashbacks of Christmas from my childhood. It is that good. So, without further ado, here's a demonstration on how to make some delicious, oh so tasty portobello mushroom steaks. So, I've let these mushrooms sunbathe for, 3 to 5 minutes. I brought them back in. Turn them over. As you can see, they're beautiful, gigantic portobellos. They're going to be great for portobello steaks. And it really doesn't take very much to make these taste that good. So all you're going to need is some black pepper, some actual black pepper, freshly ground, some salt, some garlic powder, and of course, balsamic, like aged balsamic, a good balsamic. You might want to shell out for this one. We usually go to Trader Joe's and they just have balsamic vinegar. It's in this nice jar. You can tell it's a little bit fancier, maybe aged a bit longer, but has more mature flavor and adds a bit more sweetness because it's kind of a little bit more concentrated, more sweetness and grape flavor. So this is it. All you have to do is season them right here. A little bit of salt. I put them gill up. That way the salt, the pepper, and the balsamic vinegar will go inside and kind of rest. It gives it reservoirs in which to sit in. Real simple stuff. A little bit of salt for each.
that's gonna be about it. The more you add, the stronger the flavor, and trust me, these things are packed with flavor. Some black pepper. A little bit of garlic powder. Garlic and mushrooms are a perfect flavor combo. It's a classic pairing in any sort of dish, so just a little bit of garlic powder in there will make it really stand out. And just drizzle some balsamic vinegar here. I'd say no more than a tablespoon, but probably somewhere in between. The more liquid that's in here, and of course we salted them, it'll make the cook time a little bit longer. So just remember, the more liquid you add, the longer it's going to take for all the liquid to kind of cook and condense down. And the mushrooms will definitely give up some of their liquid too. So why the balsamic? When I was growing up, one of the best kind of Sunday night meals, the creme de la creme, was basically marinated tenderloin. And usually we had some sort of vinegar or marinade in there to tenderize the meat. And these things, in my mind, I mean, my mouth is watering just thinking of it, or maybe it's because I'm smelling that vinegar, but this just has that flavor. It's something that it's strong, it tastes like a marinade, it tastes meaty and hearty, and this is it. So these guys are all ready. That's all you need. We're gonna put them in the oven 25 to 30 minutes. You can always peek in on them and everything, and it's kind of harder to overdo them because as they cook, they just start to release more and more of their liquid. The flavor will start to condense down, but you probably have to overcook them somewhere over an hour. But you definitely don't want to undercook them like 10 minutes. They might just be still kind of raw mushroomy. So about 25 to 30 minutes. 350 degrees, just a nice even temperature, 350, 375. Definitely don't go over 400, but not below 300. 25, 30 minutes, you're good to go. Well, it's been 30 minutes. Portobello mushroom steaks are done. In fact, my camera operator, my wife there, she just got back from the gym and she can literally smell it out the door. She said she could smell it, so they're definitely done. They smell great. Oh yeah, look at these guys. So you can definitely see the balsamic vinegar, the mushroom liquid, you know, it's definitely giving up some of its liquid, but you can see it's well contained inside the gills of those mushrooms. These things are beautiful. So, let's get one ready here. I think this is going to be my wife's lunch. Which one do you want? I think this one looks just perfect. Woohoo! So, here you go. We got some brown rice from one of our famous brown rice recipes. Typically just a regular side like some broccoli, or heck, my wife even went ahead and made some cream corn earlier this week. She posted it to our Twitter account for our business, Austin V Life. You can check out our Twitter feed and see that recipe along with other nice helpful hints. But here you go, cream corn, brown rice, and a portobello steak. I'm kind of tempted to cut into it just to show you guys. I mean, let's cut into the steak and see exactly how it looks. I mean, you can see it's all juicy, all that liquid there from the mushroom and the balsamic vinegar. Oh yeah. Here we go. Lefty in the house. It's good. Let me tell you, if you know how to cook like this, you'll never be alone, okay? Get that with some of the brown rice. You got a great meal right here, so there you go. Portobello mushroom steaks with some wild rice, brown rice right there. Thanks for watching, everybody.